Hi, this is Chrissy with Intuitive Parent Evolution. I support parents of magical, gifted kids to honor who they are, as well as being here in this world that doesn't always have allowances for those of us who are different. And one of the ways that I support parents is actually doing birth chart readings. And that's what I'm going to talk a little bit about here is an experience. Definitely an experience that I had with Eric, who is my very magical, different child, and how knowing his birth chart and understanding the current transits that were happening really helped guide me through that moment, what he was experiencing when he didn't have the words, the actual language to share with me what his experience was like and what he needed. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. So pretty much since the end of October of 2021 has been very challenging for Eric. Very, very intense energy. Wow, it was a lot. And we were all in the same house together because, pandemic and all that, right? My husband, Sean, he's working from home. And I have this little wild thing running around naked, not wanting to put pants on while Sean's on video calls, and really trying to just stay in a place of calm for him and presence, because when I get really riled up, when I start yelling, that doesn't actually fix the situation. I suppose you can say that's one of Eric's gifts to me, is just because I yell doesn't mean he's going to shut up. So yelling doesn't work, which is a really good thing that I learned that lesson very early in my parenting journey. Although I am still human, so, I have moments still. But I really had to cultivate a lot of patience and a lot of calm. And here we were in this period of time where it was like nonstop. Oh my gosh, it was really intense. When we have those moments with Eric, especially, when they're really intense for long periods of time, when I'm going on like 2 weeks of holy shit, this is hard, that's usually like my mental clue of like, oh yeah, we're probably in a really breakthrough moment. That's kind of been his journey. Certainly when it came to cognitive understanding and language, there was always something that would backslide because his mental focus was on this other thing here. So emotional regulation went out the window because he was focusing on language and focusing on learning. So he then couldn't emotionally regulate. So that's kind of like my clue of like, oh, there's something going on when it's just really, really hard. And in this situation, it was about his energy. His energy was just exploding. And we were like taking him outside for walks, like you would like walk a dog in a way. Like, oh, you've got your energy, let's go outside and go on a walk again. Let's go to the pool. Like, we would be going out 3 and 4 times to help Eric manage his energy, to ground it, to help dissipate it from his body, because it's swirling around him like this. And like nothing would work. Oh, it was really hard. And then, all right, so I'm bringing astrology into this as well, so I can really reflect for you, like, this is my lived experience as a parent, and at the same time, there's this bigger understanding that I was bringing in of what was happening with him in his birth chart and the current transit of the planets at that moment in time. So, if you've never seen a birth chart before, this is what it looks like. These are Eric's planets in the middle, and the ones on the outside are the transits. And this is actually for just around Eric's birthday. which, by the way, was a solar eclipse in Sagittarius. Pretty much right on Eric's sun sign, which is in Sagittarius. So, like, I saw that coming, and I was literally like, holy shit, I gotta get out of this city. I gotta get this kid into the middle of nowhere so he can be his little wildling self, and I don't have to, like, I just let him go. Just let him do his thing and get out that energy, and not having to contain it or, you know, like, kind of clamp it down, because when you're living with people underneath you, as we are, like, you can't just go running around the house and stomping and jumping. You have to be mindful. So I really needed to take him to a place where he could just go and be him, which is what we did, actually. We went camping down in Anza Borrego, and even still being in the middle of nowhere and in nature, it was still very hard for me as a parent to really hold that calm, because it was rough. It was very rough. So if this was your child, and if I was an astrologer kind of reading that moment in time for you, like, what would I say to you as the parent? Well, what I would tell you is this solar eclipse is really putting a spotlight on the sun sign in Sagittarius, okay? Which is big, boisterous, energetic. Sagittarius is a fire sign, and the ruler of that sign is over here in Leo. And Leo, big, boisterous, energy, loud. This is the opera singer going, whoa, right? That's that Leo sign. That was my son's energy, okay? And not only that, is Mars was over here at the time. I know you can't see it clearly. That's okay. So Mars is over here, and it was actually forming a square to that Jupiter. What does that mean? Mars, okay, is a planet of energy, of instincts, reactivity, anger, and being square to Jupiter, like, that energy gets expanded. Really, really inflated. Jupiter is a planet of expansion. It's big, 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 big. Yes, it was. I can promise you it was very big. So those aspects that was happening for Eric was really bringing about this, like, really highly inflated energy, exaggerated energy that he could not ground. And because he's got that Sagittarius nature so strongly in him, what was the exact thing that he needed? Take to the mountains. Get into nature to help him move and ground that energy, which I was already doing intuitively as a parent. Like, I know him, I know his needs, and when we have those energy moments, I got to get out of Dodge. And I got to let him walk around barefoot, sometimes naked, right? Depending on who's around, because just that's what he needs. That's what his body, his central nervous system needs to really calm and ground and center. Actually, if you have any Sagittarius in you, or any Sagittarians in your life, you might notice that our Sagittarius kind of tend to be our little wildlings. And our little wildlings need to be wild and free in nature, right? Just need to go and to be adventurous, to be themselves. So solar eclipses, okay, they're really highlighting this 6-month period. It's going to be 6 months until this next solar eclipse. So this actually told me a lot of what to expect and how I could be supporting Eric, okay? He's going to be really exploring that wildling nature inside of him. He's going to be really exploring exploring. Okay, Sagittarius and Jupiter, all about just exploration. And like having to come up with ideas and ways of how can I let him have his wildlike self, okay, that doesn't exhaust me as mom the way it had been. Just set up boundaries, perimeters of like, this is your wild space, okay, go be free, go do your thing, and I don't have to worry, I don't have to control or have any restrictions on him. Just really let him explore that freedom and that creativity in who he is. And like this could be real opportunity for him to really get into some self-exploration, to follow his interests, his desires, where he wants to go. So a different journey than I'd seen from him before. And in fact, that's exactly what ended up really coming about, was his real interest in maps. When I'd be going on these camping trips and I'd have my Google Maps up, and I noticed that he was watching more and reading more from the screen and where we were going than playing on his iPad. And that really kind of started taking us into a new direction. So me as parent is asking myself, okay, how can I support him in this interest that he has and this new direction of learning? Those are all the little things that I look for, especially as a parent who does self-directed education. You know, my job is to have this awareness and to supply, oh, well, you're really interested in this. Okay, how about I go and get you like a real good roadmap book of California, and we can go and we can follow the freeways to Joshua Tree or to Grandma's trailer down near Salton Sea, because that's where his interest was. And from there, it's like, oh, now he's really like super into getting numbers and math and sitting down of his own choice with Daddy. Daddy, do math with me. Daddy, do numbers with me. It's a real beautiful like exploration of himself that he is initiating, that he is intrinsically motivated to do. And our job was to support that and to have an awareness and to see that. So I would love your thoughts about this, about using astrology to support your kids. Is that something that you're interested in? Would you like to explore your birth chart or your child's chart? And if you're having a hard moment like I was, definitely reach out and we can look and see what's going on. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Be sure to check out the other videos on my YouTube channel. And also I have a Facebook group for parents, Intuitive Parent Evolution. Please find me there, reach out, and know that wherever you are on your journey, that you are not alone. Thank you so much, and I'll chat with you soon.